And then we get to the last team, the main event for this series where I recap every single NFL team for the 2022 season. We're talking about the current and new reigning and defending currently Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, their second Super Bowl in 4 years, the third overall in NFL history. They win the AFC West. The AFC West is the Kansas City Chiefs. They finished the season 14-3. Again, the AFC West is their bitch. And that's just simple as that. In the draft, they get Trent McDuffie, cornerback, George Curtis, defensive end, Sky Moore, wide receiver, Leo Chano, linebacker, Josh Wilson, cornerback, Darian Cordell, tackle. And then you look at this Chiefs team. This Chiefs team's got a lot of great talent. You got Isaiah Pacino, who again was drafted 7th round, running back. You got Chris Jones, again, who's going to be one day a future Hall of Famer for this team. He's a future ballot Hall of Famer in the Football League, in my opinion, for Chris Jones, defensive tackle. Then you got the young upstart Nick Bolton, who came in. He had a good year. You had Mahomes, who threw for 5,250 passing yards. What a great... Again, this is what I mean about Mahomes. My top 2 quarterbacks right now in the NFL, Mahomes, Burrow. I will say like Hurts at 3, and I will say like... So Mahomes is my top quarterback right now in the NFL. Like, he's the center bearer like you want to be. Mahomes, Burrow, and then like Jalen Hurts, and then Justin Herbert. Again, you look at from those guys I just mentioned, the list doesn't get any better than that. Okay, you say like Lamar Jackson, but again, he's never healthy. So, and then the other guy like Fields, they're not in the debate yet. Neither is Trey Lance. Zach Wilson is nowhere near that position. So, yeah. You had Travis Kelce. You had 1,378 receiving yards. They were 16th in points for, passing yards first, points for, 16th, points against first, rushing yards 26 in rushing yards. Also, they lost a couple of big players though in the offseason. Like this is the Chiefs. This was the Chiefs, which was again a bit of a rebuilding job. Not big, but it was a bit of a rebuilding job. Melvin Ingram left. He went to the Dolphins. You had Byron Pringles play some Bears. You had Tyreek Hill, who went to the Dolphins. So again, you had those, especially like Byron Pringle and Tyreek Hill. They was part of the last Super Bowl winning team. So again, to replace those guys with like a Sky Moore, again, this is how good Andy Reid was, how good Andy Reid is as a head coach. Yes, he's one day he's going to go in the Hall of Fame, but this is how good he is of recycling his team, bringing in what he needs. So it's good. Also in the offseason, after the season finished, Eric the Bieniemy left the Chiefs, not to get a head coaching job, to leave for the Commanders. I look at the Bieniemy, Eric Bieniemy. He was the offensive core in the Chiefs. He was behind those 2 Super Bowl wins with Andy Reid, and I'm thinking, why is he not getting an NFL head coaching job? You look at all the head coaches in the NFL. You look at the Eberflus and Cliff Kingsbury's and all these other guys that have had head coaching jobs. Some of them have been a dumpster fire, but Eric the Bieniemy, who's been an unsung hero in the Chiefs' recent success in the last 4 years, cannot get an NFL head coaching job. I look at it like they had Brian Poles, who was part of that setup, and he never brought Bieniemy with him to Chicago. He brought Matt Eberflus, really? Again, I don't know if he got heat with some people, if he rubs people the wrong way, but again, Eric the Bieniemy is a fucking guy that should get a head coaching job. And I know that, a lot of black head coaches or defensive side of the ball. But this guy is an offensive core. Again, the NFL needs to change with the times, and Eric Bieniemy should get an NFL head coaching job soon. He needs a job.